Bats are diverse and ecologically significant mammals. Bats have a unique ability for true flight among mammals. They inhabit tropical forests, deserts, and urban areas around the globe. There are hundreds of bat species varying greatly in size and appearance. Their wings are formed by elongated finger bones and thin membranes. Facial adaptations like specialized noses and ears help with echolocation. Bat wing membranes differ fundamentally from bird feathers. Bats emit high-frequency calls and listen for returning echoes, a biological sonar that maps their surroundings. Those ultrasonic pulses help bats detect and capture insects mid-air, even in total darkness. Specialized mouth and nasal structures produce the high-frequency calls used for echolocation. Echolocation offers remarkable precision, allowing bats to thread through cluttered environments. Fruit bats, however, rely more on keen eyesight and a strong sense of smell to find food. Their large eyes contrast with the smaller eyes of echolocating bats. Many fruit bats roost openly in trees during the day, showing different social and behavioral patterns. Here we compare megabats and microbats, large fruit-eating megabats versus much smaller insectivorous microbats. Megabats often hang while feeding on fruit, relying on keen smell and eyesight to find food. Microbats use echolocation to detect and catch fast-flying insects in mid-air. Some bats visit flowers at night and serve as important pollinators for many plants. By eating fruit and dispersing seeds, bats play a key role in regenerating forests over wide areas. Insectivorous bats consume huge numbers of pests each night, providing natural pest control. Bat guano accumulates in caves and returns nutrients to ecosystems, supporting specialized cave life. The night sky is a bustling buffet for the insectivorous bat. Using sophisticated echolocation, they paint a detailed acoustic picture of their surroundings, pinpointing the exact location, size, and trajectory of their prey. Moths, beetles, and mosquitoes are no match for this aerial assault. This incredible hunting prowess is the result of a long, evolutionary arms race. Some moths have even developed their own defenses, like ears that can detect a bat's sonar, or jamming clicks to confuse their pursuers. It's a constant high-stakes battle played out in the darkness. Moving from the insect world to the botanical, we find the nectarivores. These bats have developed a remarkable partnership with night-blooming plants. Species like the lesser long-nosed bat have evolved incredibly long tongues, some extending up to 1.5 times their body length, tipped with fine bristles to lap up sugary nectar. They are the primary pollinators for iconic desert plants like the saguaro cactus and agave, the very plant used to make tequila. Without these bats, these ecosystems would be fundamentally altered. Then there are the piscivores or fishing bats, masters of the aquatic hunt. The greater bulldog bat, for instance, uses its echolocation not to find insects in the air, but to detect the faint ripples made by small fish just below the water's surface. With astonishing accuracy, it swoops down, dragging its large, sharp-clawed feet through the water to gaff its unsuspecting prey. It's a highly specialized and dramatic hunting strategy showcasing the incredible adaptability of bats. Perhaps the most misunderstood of all are the sanguinivores or vampire bats. Shrouded in myth, the reality is far more fascinating. They don't attack humans or drain their victims. Instead, they land stealthily near a sleeping animal, often livestock, and use heat-sensing pits in their nose to find a blood vessel close to the skin. They make a tiny, painless incision with razor-sharp incisors and lap up the blood, which flows freely thanks to an anticoagulant in their saliva. They only take about a tablespoon, and remarkably, have been observed sharing their meal with hungry roostmates. This incredible diversity in diet is mirrored in their anatomy. A bat's teeth are a perfect toolkit for its lifestyle. Insectivores have sharp cusps for piercing tough exoskeletons, fruit eaters or frugivores possess broad molars for crushing pulp, and vampire bats have those specialized blade-like incisors, but their impact goes far beyond their own survival. As nectar feeders travel from flower to flower, they become covered in pollen, playing the role of nocturnal bees. Frugivores are the farmers of the tropics, dispersing seeds in their droppings, which is vital for regenerating forests. Meanwhile, insectivorous bats provide an invaluable pest control service, protecting crops and reducing the need for chemical pesticides. From pollination and seed dispersal to pest control, bats are cornerstone species, essential to the health of ecosystems worldwide. Many species form massive roosts with thousands of individuals hanging together. Within colonies, smaller family groups cluster, mothers sheltering their young. Mothers nurse and groom pups, demonstrating strong maternal care. Bats follow daily rhythms, arriving, settling and departing with the light cycle. Grooming helps reinforce social bonds within the colony. At sunset, entire colonies stream out in large feeding flights. Many bats vocalize and interact closely while roosting, communicating with one another. Many bats protect crops by consuming pest insects, reducing damage to farms. Some flowers rely on bats for pollination, opening at night to attract them. Bats disperse seeds, helping forests regenerate after disturbances and maintain biodiversity. Bat guano supports rich cave ecosystems, fueling food webs of specialized organisms. At dusk, bats emerge over fields to hunt, providing natural pest control for crops. Healthy crops often benefit from the pest control bats provide, reducing the need for pesticides. Many economically important plants, like fruit and agave, depend on bats for pollination. Perhaps the most pervasive threat facing bats worldwide is the relentless loss of their homes. Deforestation, driven by agriculture, logging, and resource extraction, systematically dismantles the complex ecosystems bats depend on. Ancient forests with their hollow trees and dense canopies provide essential roosting sites and rich foraging grounds. As these are cleared, our expanding cities and suburbs carve up the remaining landscape. This urban sprawl creates isolated islands of habitat, severing travel corridors and preventing bats from reaching food or mates, leading to genetic bottlenecks. The constant glare of artificial lights further disrupts their nocturnal navigation, turning their own homes into a confusing and hostile environment where they struggle to hunt and survive. Beyond habitat loss, our infrastructure and activities create direct, lethal hazards. When people enter caves or attics, the disturbance can cause a panicked colony to abandon its young. For hibernating bats, a single premature awakening can burn enough critical energy to cause starvation before spring. Our quest for clean energy also has unintended consequences. Wind turbines kill bats, not only through direct collision but also through barotrauma, where rapid pressure changes near the blades cause fatal lung injuries. Even a simple road cutting through a forest becomes a death trap, as bats flying low across the open corridor are struck by vehicles, another deadly consequence of a fragmented world. Other threats are more insidious, attacking bats on a systemic level. In North America, the devastating fungal disease known as white nose syndrome has pushed several species to the brink of extinction. The fungus, which thrives in cold, damp caves, causes hibernating bats to wake frequently. This burns through their winter fat stores and leads to mass starvation, with some colonies seeing over 90% mortality. A changing climate further stresses populations, as droughts reduce insect prey and altered flowering times create a dangerous mismatch for nectar feeders during migration. Compounding this is the invisible danger of pesticides, which accumulate in the insects bats eat, weakening their immune systems and making them more vulnerable to all other threats. But in the face of this onslaught, there is hope. A dedicated global community is fighting back with science and action. Researchers are on the front lines using acoustic monitors to survey populations and tiny radio transmitters to map their secret movements. This vital data informs direct conservation strategies. To combat habitat loss, citizens and conservationists are installing artificial bat houses, providing safe alternative homes for colonies to raise their young. And to protect the most vulnerable hibernation sites, bat-friendly gates are installed at cave entrances. These gates prevent human disturbance and slow the spread of disease while allowing bats to pass freely, giving them the sanctuary they need to survive and recover. For centuries, bats have fluttered through the human imagination, leaving their mark on our art and folklore. In many Western traditions, they are creatures of the night, linked to darkness and the supernatural, most famously, the vampire. But this is just one story. In China, bats are powerful symbols of good fortune, their name a homonym for luck. Ancient Mayan civilizations revered a powerful bat god who ruled the realm of night. These creatures have been cast as both heroes and villains, omens and protectors, reflecting our own complex relationship with the unknown. This deep-seated symbolism stems from their very nature. As creatures of the twilight, they embody mystery, bridging the world of day and night. Their nightly emergence from caves dark as the womb has led many to see them as symbols of rebirth and intuition. Their silent, darting flight can evoke a primal fear of the unseen, yet their role as guardians of the night, consuming thousands of insects, is also a source of their power in our stories. But when we peel back the layers of myth, we find a creature far more fascinating than fiction. The reality is that most of the world's over 1,400 bat species are shy animals that play a crucial role in their environments. Far from being monsters, the vast majority are insectivores, nature's own pest control. Others are vital pollinators for plants like agave and cacti, or seed dispersers that help regenerate forests. As they glide quietly at dusk, they are not omens but calm, essential architects of healthy ecosystems. Fortunately, our perception is changing. Researchers use ultrasonic detectors to eavesdrop on their secret conversations and mist nets to gently study them up close, revealing the threats they face. This knowledge fuels outreach programs that replace fear with facts. Guided bat walks offer a powerful chance to witness these animals firsthand, transforming apprehension into awe. This shift in perspective is the cornerstone of conservation. By understanding their true value, we are inspired to protect their roosts and restore their habitats, ensuring these vital creatures continue to grace our night skies. Bats come in astonishing shapes, sizes, and lifestyles. They keep ecosystems thriving, pollinating, and controlling pests. Conservation efforts are helping populations to recover. Young bats give hope for future generations. At dusk, they paint the sky, wild and beautiful. People and bats can coexist when we protect habitats. Look closer. Each bat is remarkable and vital. Join the effort. Support bat conservation today.